What's going on? Terrell Washington checking in here, man. Just catching the early vibe on the bus, doing a few slight work. The grind never stops. I just want to say I'm vibing with the people's champ, man.
The people's champ must be everything the people can't be.
And brown sugar, just plain brown rice, pinto beans, black beans, and kidney beans, and some tomatoes and drizzle. See you live from the 779. Next, we have a CLA 250 Classic. Can't beat it. It's a nice car. That's all we got. But I do know the year of this one, 2003 Ford E350. So the repair kit, you get your adhesive. You try to match the color as best you can, but hey, that's the only color I got. Oh well, it's gonna work. It's still gonna look.
Welcome back to another episode of Get In Tune. Today we got a special guest on, man, my big bro. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, how you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good. What about yourself?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I can't complain. So you want to talk you off, bro, by just telling the people, like, who you are, where you from, you know what I'm saying, and anything else you want them to know immediately.
Most definitely. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to the people's champ for even putting me on here, to be honest. So,
hey, thank you for blessing us, man, with this interview, bro.
Most definitely. It's going to be big things. I can see your vision, where you're going with this. But I'm Terrell Washington, born and raised in Rockford, Illinois. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm just currently working as a warehouse supervisor, to be honest, and just building entrepreneurship on the side, just putting my mind to whatever I want to do and just accomplishing it, to be honest. Limitations shouldn't be put on our mind. So from the start of me starting anything, I was just like, I'm going to do it, because what we got to lose besides saying that we never did it. So even if it does fail, I can never say I didn't try. You know what I mean?
Thanks. So let's get straight to it, man, because there's a lot to cover. You do a lot, man. Like you said, you're a warehouse supervisor, but that's just not even a third of what you do for real. So,
that's just the 9 to 5. You know what I mean? Just to have that, I guess, in a sense, that steady income just to pay bills and things of that nature before I can actually go full time entrepreneurship to pretty much have a plan in place. You know what I mean? So honestly, I started as always been a cook, you know what I mean? Just always grew up with my grandma, my mom, watching them in the kitchen, cooking and things of that nature. And I guess I just developed a love for it and developed a love for cooking. And I found I was good at it, never got really bad reviews. And just when I'm in the kitchen, I'm able to express myself and just be in my comfort zone. So that's what inspired me to start TNT Till's Tradition, which is a catering company that I started with me and my mother. Till Tradition is really named after my grandma, after she passed, because she one that taught us everything from the sauce recipe and things of that nature. So if you actually look at my logo and the brand, it actually means something on Till Tradition, with the sauce dropping off the spatula. All of that like represents, where that business was inspired from, it came from. So just catering here and there. And honestly, that's been going on for about 3 years with catering.
Tell me what you catering, man.
Man, I cater all type of food, like from lean cuisine to soul food to whatever it is. I done did so many events. I done did bar mitzvahs. I done did weddings. I done did a personal chef for people, to where I come out, you and your lady, I come out, I'll cook. I know everybody love Parmesan chicken Alfredo, but I'll come out and whip it up, do some chicken marsala with, from just some filet mignon, whatever it is, I'll make it happen. So it ain't I don't put no limits when it comes to catering or any type of cooking, because I feel I can do it all. And if you're passionate enough, it's kind of like you learn the basis of something, and then I feel you could do it all.
Thanks. So that's one branch in the cooking side. You have another branch where you like meal prep and stuff. Do you kind of put that under the same category, or is that something else?
Yeah, so pretty much, first and foremost, so all the business that I create, a lot of people don't know my story, but I create every business after one of my kids. So for every kid I got, I'm gonna create a business, and that business is gonna branch off to them. So under the catering, you got the meal prep. You got the meal prep. You know, I really was inspired by that because not only am I cook, but I also do the vegan dishes, of meat and dairy free lifestyle as well. And I ain't ate meat in years, so don't get me wrong, I still cater to that. And people be like, man, how you can make food and you don't eat it? That's how you know it's my passion. You know, people are telling me like, man, ain't no way you ain't eat this. I'm like, yeah, I did. But yeah, as far as the meal prep, man, that's just another branch of the catering business I just wanted to get into, like teach people about micros and macro counts of food and like yield percentages and, you know what I'm saying, intermittent fasting, you know, just teaching them all aspects of it. So when I dive into the meal prep with that, and each one, don't get me wrong, I still do it, but all of them sometimes be trial runs, to be honest, to see what work in the business. So let me test out meal prep. All right, let me test out this. Let me test out that, see how it go. And that's what branched me into the juicing. So we created Jack It Up Juicery. So Jack It Up Juicery is just a juice fast to where, you know, I done had people that had health problems and things like that and needed to lose weight, like the whole holistic thing. And they come, they do my juice fast, and like the reviews I done got, people, oh, I done lost 15 pounds. The doctor said I ain't diabetic no more, and things of that nature. So I got testimony as far as like the whole juice cleanse. So, you know, we added that to the business. So that's just like a big umbrella with that.
For sure. I definitely want to tap in on the juice side. I didn't tap in on the juice side. I got the meal preps, fire, from vegan to vegetarian to some salmon to some lasagna or something.
Yeah,
I'm really like to just tea meal preps, man. It was just like it was dope, man. So appreciate you on that side.
No, I appreciate the support on that, man. Like I said, I ain't gonna tap into nothing I ain't satisfying people with. You know, like that's my major. You know, hospitality management. I'm all about satisfying the person on the other end. If they ain't satisfied, it's either, you know, I need to improve what I'm doing or make some make some changes.
Right, and you just touched on something I forgot that, you know, I damn near forgot because you do so much. You know, you said you majored in hospitality management. You want to talk about how school has, you know, kind of, is it affected or aided you in, you know, your business mindset and things like that?
Yeah, school definitely, I ain't gonna lie, being a hospitality major, you know, just being able to multitask and do multiple things at the same time is kind of how I look at myself too, because I sit back and I'm like, dang, how do I manage all this? And how do I, you know, keep going with all this stuff on my plate? And I just take it back to school, man. I had classes here and there, had to go do my cooking classes, had to, for the Duke Ellington Ballroom, get them meals prepared, dealing with my chef and just dealing with everything else. Honestly, that aspect has prepared me from it. Because college, man, in school, you get what you take from it. You know, the teachers there to give you the cards, they can deal you them, but they ain't gonna show you how to play them. That's up to you. So that's honestly what school taught me, is how to play my cards in each of these businesses and how to always appease to the customer and who my target audience is. So from a business standpoint, yeah, that taught me how to create a business plan and, you know, make sure it's profitable.
Facts. So we touched on the cooking side of it, you know. Want to go ahead and talk about some of the other stuff you got in the other branches?
Yeah, I definitely can. So in 2 years ago, I can't remember 2 years ago, it was like 2017, I started TQ's Mobile Detailing. So TQ's Mobile Detailing was just a business I wanted to start because there's a story behind it. So I went to the car wash, and I'm not here to knock any other business and things like that, but I went to a car wash in Rockford, and I paid $45 and got the membership, and my car wasn't done right. So I'm like, hey, man, all I care about is it being vacuumed real good. So it's still wrappers on the floor, and I'm telling them, can y'all do it again? So they vacuum it again, and I still wasn't satisfied because there's still obvious paper on the floor. So I kid you not, I was driving home. I was like, man, I can do this myself. And so I called my guy. I'm like, hey man, you ever heard you want to start a detailing company? I can detail out of my garage. I was like, I know I can do a better job than that. And he was like, let me hit you right back. He called me back 10 minutes later and talking about, you ever heard of mobile detailing? I said, say less. I kid you, the next week I went out and bought a cargo van. I equipped it with water tanks. I created LLC, my EIN. I put both our names in the business. I created a Facebook business page and everything, and we launched it on, I believe it was like April 15th. Yep, April 15th, we had launched the business. And the first year, honestly, we was building so much clientele. You know, we didn't start seeing profit until year 2. I ain't gonna be honest, but we broke even that first year. And that second year, I was able to grab a second van. Now we operating 2 vans, Rockford, Chicago, surrounding areas, and it's just a hit. And don't get me wrong, there's ins and outs to it, but I say one of the hardest things is dealing with dealing with the customers when you detailing, because I notice like it's certain things you pick up when you detailing. Like I notice females, you want to hit that visor, you know what I mean? Because they be having makeup, doing their makeup in the mirror. So I know every time I do a female car, I'm like, all right, let me look at that visor. And now I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even do the detailing. I got employees that do the detailing for me. So,
Crazy.
and you know what I'm saying? I'm blessed for that. You know, like I had to get out that mindset of thinking like I'm self-employed and I had to be a business owner, because, you know, I ended up slipping the back, disc in my back, and it brought me down. And I'm like, man, how I'm gonna run these business? And I remember ended up talking to my mentor, and he like, stop thinking self-employed. So instantly I put up a posting, got a couple employees to run it for me, man. So I just had to get out that mindset. And that's how the detailing came about. And we constantly growing and growing. So we going on year 3. And man, I'm telling you, I love the detailing because you learn more about yourself as well, because, you know, when I'm detailing that car, I'm detailing as if it's mine. You know, I want them customers to come on and be like, man, it's my car. I had reviews. A guy came out like, you switched my car. You went to the car lot and switched my car. Them the type of reviews I want to hear, you know what I mean?
So you got like an Instagram page or like just a Facebook
Yeah,
page?